crapshoot lately.
All right. Go. Go.
Hey everyone, welcome to Lunch Break with ATI. My name is Cindy Collins. I'm one of the co-founders here at Actors Theater of Indiana. We are the resident professional theater company at the Center for the Performing Arts. Thanks for joining us today. Today my guests are Preston Nash and Jill Gillmer. Now, there's two things here because we have Rock Garage, which we're going to talk about, but also Jill, you are involved in the Carmel International Arts Festival.
I'm the president this year, yes.
She's the president. She is the prez of the International Arts Festival, which is coming up this Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
Right on Main Street, where it always is, or has been for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
But it keeps growing and growing and growing every year, right?
It is much bigger and a lot more artists and a lot more bands.
Yeah, which is fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to go one at a time here. So, Preston, because first thing I called him Preston Dash when he introduced himself. And then he's like, no, it's Nash. So I was like, okay, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. I got it. So anyway, so you're with Rock Garage.
Yes.
Correct? Okay. Are you going to be, you're performing at the Arts Festival?
We have.
Or you are, tell me, just explain the whole thing to me.
Okay, Rock Garage, we're essentially a music lesson program,
Yeah,
and
okay.
part of that is we have a band program.
Yeah.
So we get folks together into bands, they learn songs, some of them write songs, and then we go out and play venues, events,
Yeah.
and so on. We have
Okay.
youth bands, adult bands. Right now we have about 40, and you're going to be getting 20 plus of them at the Carmel International Arts Fair over
I can't wait.
Saturday and Sunday.
And I think you guys, do you have your own stage?
Yes.
Just the Rock Garage stage?
So they're East Stage over by Woody's.
Okay, good. Okay, so you're not gonna have to mingle in. You guys got your own stage.
They do.
You're gonna do your own thing. So you know if you wanna go hear any of the bands from Rock Garage, you're gonna be over at this stage, East Stage, near the library,
Yeah.
near Woody's restaurant. That's awesome.
What about the ages and stuff, though? I find this so interesting.
Yeah.
If I can butt in.
No, you say kids to adults, right?
Yeah, kids, adults, and different talents.
I think the youngest member that'll be performing this weekend is about 13, and the oldest is 76.
Oh my gosh.
So they're not in the
That's
same
so
band, by the
cool.
way. But
Well, I would like to see that, actually.
yeah, there's no age limit on rock, and so yeah, for the younger folks, we have a bunch of those bands playing, and yeah, basically the age range is about that.
So, I know it's Rock Garage,
Mhm.
right? But within that, you know, like, how many different styles do you have? You know what I mean? I mean, do you know what I'm saying?
Rock is a pretty big umbrella.
Yeah.
So we have some bands that do nothing but blues. We have some bands that do nothing but like punk. We have some bands that do nothing but metal. We have some bands that do just a cross section of classic rock, but they'll bring in a country song here and there or a dance song here and there. And the members pick the music that the bands do. So every band has its own unique sort of flavor to it because the members are the ones picking the music. So you'll see a pretty big variety of songs over the course of the, 18 hours or so that we have to fill
2 days,
over the 2
Yeah,
days.
you got 2 full days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that makes it interesting. And like I said, some of the bands write their own songs. So
Well, then
you'll
that's
hear-
really cool.
You'll hear some songs that you
Yeah.
Original.
haven't heard before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's neat. You're just going to be going all for 2 full days, you know,
Mhm.
on your own stage. So so with the bands, do you? How do you get people? How do you do it? Do you put the bands together, or do you're also teaching,
I
I'm
asked that
teaching.
question.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm teaching, and I actually perform with a few of the bands as well.
Okay.
When members come in, I meet with them all, and I sort of see where they're at musically. I talk to them, see what things they're into, what they kind of want to get out of the program, and then, I sort of try to get them with folks that I think would be a good fit.
Blend well with
Yeah,
them.
and-
So someone comes to, like example, me, I wouldn't, but I come in and I'm like, hi,
Yeah.
Preston, I don't have a band,
Mhm.
but I'd love to be in one. I play the guitar pretty good. And you're like, okay, so I'm gonna give you lessons, right? And that's if they're asking for
Mhm.
lessons. And then you're gonna hook them up and put people together that you feel gel?
Right. Now, we don't make taking private lessons like a mandatory part of being in the
No, what I'm
program,
saying is they can
but
do that.
They
don't
can do that.
Take
We
lessons,
do offer
or
lessons.
they can come to you and say, hey, listen.
Or they could do both. If you came in and you were like, yeah, I've only been playing, 6 months or so, I'd be like, all right, well, let's maybe get some lessons in for you so, you get a little bit more skills under your belt, because we don't want you to be overwhelmed and throw you in the deep end of the pool by putting you in a band right away. But we've had some people that have been playing less than a year join a band, and they do great, because them playing in the band is part of their learning process.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Exactly. So,
Incredible.
where are you located? You have a brick and mortar.
Yes.
Where are you?
We are in Castleton. It's 8115 Center Run Road, basically off 82nd Street, just a little bit east of the mall. We're behind Wendy's and a Goodyear, if I can mention businesses that we're located by. Hopefully you're not sponsored by McDonald's.
We are not. We're not mentioning Wendy's. All right.
So just for geographic purposes, that's about where we are.
It's a
and-
nice space, though. It really
Thank
you.
is, yeah.
Thank you.
It is.
Well, do you have, and when bands come to play there, you got different bands going on in different rooms at
Yeah.
all, or you do? So it's
right
like
now, currently, we have 3 big rooms where rehearsals happen, and
Yeah.
very often there's bands in all 3 rooms at the same time.
Do you do recording there at all?
We do recording
That's
as
nice.
well.
That's nice.
And we have other like specialty classes, like a guitar tone class. Right now, I'm running a music theory class.
Oh,
So,
wow, that's hard. That's
yeah.
hard. Well, I was terrible. And I'm a singer, and I was awful at music theory. I was like,
Mhm.
But that's really, okay, that's awesome. Okay, wonderful. And so, not to skip, are you from here?
I am originally from New Jersey.
Me too!
Where?
Hold on.
What exit?
Yeah, you're funny.
What
I would take a
exit?
sip because I'm. Excuse me. I am from Livingston, which is in Essex County,
Mhm.
right near West Orange, Milburn, Chatham.
Yep.
Where are you from?
I was born in Newark. I was raised in Cranford, which
Oh my
is
gosh, yes, I know where
Union
Cranford
County,
is.
so close to Elizabeth and Linden, and
I know where Cranford is,
Yeah.
absolutely.
that's where I grew up, and lived in California for about 9 years, and then my wife's originally from Indiana, so
So here you are.
here I am. There was nothing that was going to get me back to New Jersey. No offense to my friends and family in New Jersey, but yeah, it's I really enjoy Indiana. So we've been here about since 2011.
Okay, so I've been here since 2005.
Okay.
Officially, that's when we founded the company. And same thing, I came here because, not because no offense to Indiana, because as an actor I moved here, I wouldn't, but because Judy Fitzgerald is the other co-founder is a Hoosier.
But
And so-
Indiana really is a very well-kept secret in terms of arts and music and so on.
Well, I gotta tell you, I think there's some exceptional musicians here. I mean, the guys we get for our band, for our shows, we've had guys with us from the very beginning, and they are incredible musicians, and so I'm always like, oh my gosh, there are so many good musicians here.
Which
But-
you wouldn't think, not for Indiana. It's incredible.
I wouldn't,
No.
but as we've been here over the years, I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
there are some really good people here.
It's
So-
just hard for us to have our own identity because we're so close to Chicago and
Yeah.
so close to Cincinnati and Louisville that it's Indiana sort of gets kind of looked over, and it's unfair because there's so much great talent here.
I'm
It's
so
a
sorry.
flyover state. I think that's what they call it.
Yeah.
All right, so, Jill,
Yes.
let's talk about you.
Oh,
Yes,
boy.
my Jersey friend. He doesn't want to go back to Jersey, but I go back all the time. Of course, my family's there. But,
Born and raised here.
yeah, go.
I'll say that.
Yeah, so you're a Hoosier.
Yes, I moved away. I lived in Virginia
Okay.
for about 6 years and then came back. So,
Where were you in Virginia?
right in outside of the Dulles Airport. So
Yeah.
out in Chantilly area. I love it. I know. I loved it out there. I
My
actually
brother,
love the
my
East
brother's
Coast,
in
but-
Virginia. My brother,
Yeah,
he loves it.
but my family's here, and it's the best place to raise kids. And
Do you live in Carmel? You in Carmel?
Yeah, I live off 116, close to Rangeline area, so not in the downtown area where the festival is located.
Right,
but,
right.
But yeah, I live pretty darn close where you can walk in. It's
Okay.
nice.
Well, that's what I do like around here. I mean, you just walk anywhere here.
It's
nice.
incredible.
It's like, because I'm from New York City, too. I mean, being living in a city was my whole
You
life.
gotta be able to
You just
walk.
walk everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, and so I did like that coming here, being like, oh, this is great. It's very pedestrian friendly.
Yeah.
You know, and I really like that.
Yeah.
So I really, but how did you get involved in the festival then?
Goodness. So this is my
Because you're the
10th year.
president.
Yeah, 10th year this year.
Oh my God. Wait, oh my gosh. So did you work with Rosemary Waters?
I did.
Yeah,
I
and
did.
Rosemary was on
that
our
was
board.
my first couple of
Where
years.
she's-
Yes.
She was on our board for a pretty long time. She's wonderful. She's a great person. And she plays, if you didn't know, she plays the accordion
She's amazing.
very well.
So a little secret, she's my next door neighbor. So
Oh.
I can hear her play all the time.
Oh gosh. Okay.
And Paxton, her husband, who is also involved, he plays the guitar.
Yeah, he's,
So-
yeah, I like it. I
Send
like
them
him.
my way.
All right,
What are you
I will
waiting
do it. I will do it. But yeah, so I got involved about 10 years ago, and I was doing food, just literally managing the food, the vendors that were coming
Yeah.
in, and then little by little kept getting promoted. Is that what it's called at a volunteer gig?
Mhm.
Well, it worked. It doesn't matter, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
you were obviously good at what you did. You were organized,
enjoy it.
and they're like, oh, maybe she can be president.
Well, I think that may still be a vote. I'm not sure.
the jury's out on it.
Right?
You know, it's a huge undertaking. Okay,
It is.
and I
Big
think,
event.
like I said, it's getting bigger and bigger. I mean, just think, you guys have your own stage. There's another stage with bands
Yes.
that I have to host, MC on Saturday,
Yeah.
and then Scott Osborne's hosting on Sunday. So they have those bands.
Yep.
So there's going to be so much going on. Plus all the artists. Like we're having an artist in from Italy.
We are.
Yeah.
Yes. So Cortona and Sebastian is.
Is it jewelry?
He is jewelry, and it's all handmade. He's incredible. And to see, so he was able to do, I don't know, whatever these new programs are, but somehow it's like a FaceTime thing or something. But he was able to show us
Yeah.
his studio there, and it's just incredible. It is. And he showed us the downtown area of Cortona, and
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty
So-
cool because, first thing, hi, someone coming over from Italy.
I know.
I think that's pretty cool.
The international.
And,
element,
well, it is right, because it is the International Arts Festival.
Yes.
And you also have, you know, also with this, everything handmade, you know, and that's hard for artisans now, I think. I think it's very difficult. And I think it's always been very difficult.
Yeah.
And just like musicians and all the performing arts and the visual arts, because obviously, you know, that is visual arts, you know? And it's hard because
Very.
everybody, especially with that, you'll be like, well, I don't like that jewelry. It's beautiful, but it's not my style. I don't like that painting. It's not like, it's so, on people's
Subjective?
opinion,
Yeah, it
subjective,
is.
yes, and it's so hard.
So you come to the festival, there's something for everybody.
But there's, exactly, I think
it
there's
really is.
such a wide variety
Yes.
of stuff. And it obviously is doing very well here because it's growing.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
his pieces are very elegant. We do have some other jewelers that my sister bought me a bracelet last year, and it's very simple. You know, it's a handmade silver band and has one jewel on it. So I mean, there's some simple pieces that don't have to be elaborate.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Is there anyone else besides the artist, the jewelry artist that's coming over from Italy, from out of the country?
yeah. So we have a second sister city that's coming from Jelgava, and I always say it wrong, Latvia.
Okay.
But Elise is coming over, and she's the sculptures. She obviously can't bring them from her country, but she's going to have a slideshow and a bunch of examples, and she's bringing some pieces from other artists that are local from her country
Oh,
too.
that's nice.
Yeah. So Latvia, we're excited. I mean, the history and just learning about it, I'm excited for Carmel to see that.
That's
So these are the two new sister cities.
That's oh my God, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be there obviously on the stage, but I'll walk around
Yes.
because I always find it fascinating, you know, to see all the different artists, you know.
You could spend a lot of money, I suppose.
Well, I think you could very
Yes.
easily because there's so much.
There's such a
I mean,
variety.
it's 2 days, so you can take your time. You know that you don't want to get overwhelmed,
Yeah.
so you can take your time and come both days. It's easy, accessible downtown. It's good for the merchants downtown.
It is.
It's it's good for them. The stores will be open, restaurants will be open, but you'll have food at the festival too.
Yes.
correct?
So the
'Cause
big
you
thing
used
to remember
you
about
know,
that.
'cause you used
Yes,
to work.
I used to do the food. It's international this year too. Well, it kind of is every year, and it rotates a little bit. We have tandoor and tikka this year, and so like rice bowls and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Indian food, and then we also have Papa George's gyros or gyros or however you say it. Your
Gyro.
choice.
I know I say gyro, but
I know, but You guys are East Coast, isn't that from? Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
So we have gyros coming. We've got Oriental Grill, so chicken on a stick and egg rolls and things like that. So
Okay.
the food is always international.
Good.
But the thing to remember, it's free to get in. So even if you don't or can't or aren't finding the piece that you want, you don't have to buy the artwork. It's a
Right.
family-friendly event.
Right.
There's something for everybody. And this year, Megan Associates was able to get Carmel Council. I'm blanking on their name. Pregnancy brain, probably.
Wait, tell me.
Carmel Arts Council. There we go.
Yes.
They are sponsoring a Young at Art section, and it's this new area that's going to have huge paint by numbers and interactive things for the kids, and it's all free.
Oh.
But that way it's family. I mean, we're bringing out all these kids for these stages, and so
Yeah.
kids can watch kids perform, get interested in different types of art.
And are there artists there helping the kids?
Yeah, so we have a lot of volunteers and people that are going to be out there. We have sidewalk chalk so they can they drew some stuff that they can color in, and it's really fun. The paint by numbers can also be for a little bit older.
How
I
big?
will say they're pretty big.
I do it.
Yeah.
I love
So
that
we have
stuff.
the little paint by numbers for the little kids, but then
Yeah.
there's like wall size
Oh,
that Carmel
Oh,
Arts
that's cool.
Council. Yeah. So it's just I feel like this year is super fun because it's so interactive for everybody.
Well, anytime to get kids interactive, because the parents want to go,
Yeah.
and the kids are sometimes like, oh, they're dragging them around, So you've got to have something for them to do.
Yeah.
And especially hands-on stuff
Yeah.
is so important.
It is.
It's so
a lot of
important.
people learn that way. So
It's just like music, hands-on. You're having people that they're learning their instruments, playing their instruments, and playing in a band. And like you said, there's you're teaching them, right? But then when they're playing with the band, there's no better experience. There's no better learning sometimes, right? When they're actually playing with the band and getting that experience, sometimes it's even, not that lessons aren't great, it's even better.
Well, there's no shortcut to experience, and the experience of being on stage is what really makes you
Right.
a good seasoned musician.
Right.
And
Right.
so that's a big emphasis of what we do is performing.
Yeah.
you
Yeah, I
don't
think
want me
that,
on
yeah.
stage though. I was gonna say that. Don't put me on stage.
We're getting you on stage.
That's okay. You're just in the back. You're just weaving in and out in the
I'll wave.
background, Jill, giving a little.
There you go.
This, yeah. I think it's all one more step for Carmel, just to up the ante,
I do too.
like they are all the performing arts that are here and the visual arts that are here. There can never be enough, in my opinion, of
Yeah.
course, because I'm an actor, I'm a performer, right? So you need the variety. You need the variety in visual arts, you need the variety in performing arts. That's what makes a city. And it's the city
It is.
of Carmel. Even though I'm like, you don't think, it's funny, when you hear city, you don't think of, I think of New York City,
Right.
that's what I think
You
of,
don't
because
think
that's
of
where I'm
Carmel.
from.
Yeah.
But you don't, but it is a city.
It is.
So it's important to have all of that.
And people just assume the city's what puts us on, but it takes a slew of people, sponsors, a bunch of different people. But we owe a huge thank you to the city. They donate so much. They're donating a stage for us to play on. I mean,
yeah.
There's a lot. So
Oh, they're wonderful. They're wonderful about that.
it is. It's an incredible.
Giving the state, their stage. We've used it before.
Well, this is
One-
their Sister City initiative. They're
Yeah.
the ones who brought these two sister cities over. And
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, Woodard, I would say. Can I say that real quick?
Oh, no, you can
Say
say
a
it.
huge thank
No,
you
no. Say
to the
this-
Turner Woodard.
Thank the, and who are the other sponsors of the? Do you know off the top of
So
your
we have
head?
a lot. We have
Thank
new
them.
ones. Jiffy Lube and Anderson Windows. I know I'm going to forget some.
It's okay. I mean, I'll-
Next Gear is this year too.
Oh, yeah.
And so just a bunch of
Merchants.
different ones. Merchant Bank.
Oh, Merchant Bank. We love them.
Yeah, I was
They're
gonna
awesome.
say. But Turner Woodard really made it happen for us with these sister cities to really push us in an international element. And I
Well,
think that's what.
Because he had the Stutz, we own this, obviously, he owned the Stutz building downtown.
Yes.
And all those artists that are in there.
Yes.
Now he's up here, so he's buying things, he's got 2 buildings up here, I believe he's bought. I know the one he's
Yeah.
bought, obviously, in Range Line, but he has another one with warehouses in it. I mean, so he's an entrepreneur for the arts. I mean, that's
He
how
really
I,
is.
that's
He's
how I look
incredible
at
to
it.
talk to.
Yeah. And all those cars. Oh my gosh. I go nuts over the cars because to me they're works of art. Cars today, I'm like, whatever.
Maybe we can
But-
convince them next year to bring a few. We'll
Wow.
see. Add that element.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that would be incredible.
Hopefully he's listening.
Yeah, well, maybe. If not, we'll let Meg.
There you go.
Yes, and-
I know, right?
And put a little bug in his ear for that, right? But anyway, so thank you. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Yes, thank you.
This is really interesting, but I will
Yes.
see you Saturday.
Yes.
And I might see you too. I'll walk down there and check out the Rock Garage Band near Woody's, near the library. And then I'll be on the main stage with, there's 5 or 6 bands on Saturday and 5 or 6 more on Sunday. So it is a full-on 2-day event of
Yes.
all kinds of things, which is great. So you get to hear great music, you get to look at great artists' work, and
Don't
and
forget
hopefully,
barometer soup.
and hopefully,
That's on your stage
of
too.
course, I will not forget Barometer Soup. Steve Greenberg was on last week. No, I will not. They're gonna actually they are the last to play on Saturday.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's hilarious, Steve. So that band sounds like it's gonna be incredible. Actually, with
I'm
all
so
the,
excited.
with all the musicians that
Yeah.
he and Tim Wright have put together.
Yeah.
Talk about putting people together that are gonna sound great. Oh my gosh.
We had to get a stage extender to get them all on.
Well, because there's
I know.
he has the brass section, and then it's a
It's
12. It's like a
incredible.
12
Yeah.
member band.
Yeah.
And his other band is not that big. It's not as big as that. So Dwight Lightning and the College
Right.
City
Yeah,
All
no,
Stars.
it's a
They're
little bit
like
smaller.
7.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it's gonna be great. Let's hope the weather holds out. I hope it does. September's usually lovely. It's been
It's looking good.
beautiful here. Yeah, good, because it's always risky to do outside
Yes.
stuff,
In
but.
September.
Let's hope it does. Jill, thank you. Preston, thank you. You
you.
guys are great, and
Absolutely.
come see them. She'll be winding her way
I was
through the
gonna say,
streets.
don't be a stranger.
But Preston will probably be on the stage at some point playing.
Yes.
Wait, what do you play?
Drums, some guitar, bass,
What's your main
drums.
drums?
My
You're a
primary
percussionist.
instrument.
Is your main deal? Okay. Who are you playing with? Did you make up that band you're playing with?
Again, everyone comes in and they sort of, if a band needs a drummer, I have everyone else
So you
in.
just kind
I just will slide
You
my
plug
way
in.
in. I'll plug
Okay.
in just to keep the band
They
going.
gotta
Okay.
love that though. They get you.
that's what I
I mean, come on now.
That's what I would think, right? If I was
Yeah.
there, I'd be like, oh my God, he's gonna play with us.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's fun.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Lunch Break with AT. I'm Cindy Collins, one of the co-founders of Actors Theater of Indiana. Come over to the center and see us.